another episode of The Morning Wood.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's roll it up right now. We got Ronin.
Yeah.
Who's got Detroit runs, dog?
Cold day, late night, no ice in my liquor. Cruising through this life, come and ride with a nigga on a day-to-day grind. Let's vibe, just kicking, pulled out the barbecue. I got the Henny, let's sip it now. Show me how to lean, I'ma show you how to step. Better do it with me right, break it down, represent now. Show me how to lean, I'ma show you how to step. Better do the shit right, fall in line and get left. Cold day, late night, no ice in my liquor. Cruising through this life, come and ride with a nigga on a day-to-day grind. Let's vibe, just kicking, pulled out the barbecue. I got the Henny, let's sip it now. Show me how to lean, I'ma show you how to step. Better do it with me right, break it down, represent now. Show me how to lean, I'ma show you how to step. Better do the shit right, fall in line and get left. I'm from the desert, better push a rock or get stoned. Them hot payments taught me never leave the heater home. And mama told me never trust a bitch who show a thong. Them dollar bills will make them do what you never thought. Let me pimp or let me die, my daddy's favorite song. Sugar free the way I think, diabetic thoughts. Right is right and the wrong is a fucking wrong. Promise to always be on my side, never leave me alone. Tiger heart and lion eyes, yeah, they built me strong. Free all them babies out the jungle, time to bring them home. I miss my family, my dad once my brother's gone. The hate you gave me, it left me lost, forever gone. Love missing, left the rage, I'll forever know. So man, we kick it and get wealthy till it's time to go. We don't retire, we keep grinding cause it's all we know. Be good or be good at it, my new favorite quote. Recite the verses like a scripture, I'm the Phoenix Pope. Bury me one day, a young Valley King and goat. And tell them niggas that they can't ever take my rope. And I'm the one with the spot, they should fucking know. And I've been talking about this shit for so fucking long. Me and my bro, we just started getting all gone. And everybody watching us cause they been known. We the niggas that's gon' be up on the throne. Cold day, late night, no ice in my liquor. Cruising through this life, come and ride with a nigga on a day-to-day grind. Let's vibe, just kicking, pulled out the barbecue. I got the Henny, let's sip it now. Show me how to lean, I'ma show you how to step. Better do it with me right, break it down, represent now. Show me how to lean, I'ma show you how to step. Better do the shit right, fall in line and get left. Cold day, late night, no ice in my liquor. Cruising through this life, come and ride with a nigga on a day-to-day grind. Let's vibe, just kicking, pulled out the barbecue. I got the Henny, let's sip it now. Show me how to lean, I'ma show you how to step. Better do it with me right, break it down, represent now. Show me how to lean, I'ma show you how to step. Better do the shit right, fall in line and get left.
Skate on. No ice on me, but I still get my skate on. And I know they talking, I hear them through the grapevine. I'ma eat my cake and have it at the same time. Shawty, what you mean? Time with me, it's a great time. No check on me, but I still get my flex on. They put me on to the game, so I had to put the rest on. Picture me rolling, throw that on, it's a great song. Picture us on the scene, man, we bout to be the next ones. No check on me. Tell me, little mama, what you want from me. Yeah, I got the sauce, you want the drip from me. Henny and a couple of that drink for me. Hit a little dance like 1, 2, 3. I just want a little baddie dancing up on me. Vibes of good people while we smoke good weed. I said vibes of good people while we smoke good.
Cold day, late night, no ice in my liquor. Cruising through this life, come and ride with a nigga on a day-to-day grind. Let's vibe, just kicking, pulled out the barbecue. I got the Henny, let's sip it now. Show me how to lean, I'ma show you how to step. Better do it with me right, break it down, represent now. Show me how to lean, I'ma show you how to step. Better do the shit right, fall in line and get left. Cold day, late night, no ice in my liquor. Cruising through this life, come and ride with a nigga on a day-to-day grind. Let's vibe, just kicking, pulled out the barbecue. I got the Henny, let's sip it now. Show me how to lean, I'ma show you how to step. Better do it with me right, break it down, represent now. Show me how to lean, I'ma show you how to step. Better do the shit right, fall in line and get left.
Okay, right there, No Ice. That is by Gizbo and Cassie Black. Let's motherfucking go. We in this motherfucker. What's up? What's up? Just knocked out some promo for the show. I'm feeling damn good about it. It is the Morning Wood here. We are weekday watering hole for cannabis discussion, right? We get together and we discuss what's happening in cannabis. The scene never fails to provide. So here we are. What's up with you? Thanks for popping in here, Mario. We got Mike in here. Bunch of Bull Rice. Celestino and Maddie out in here saying that Tenko and Ronin Phison number 5, not the number 9 is blowing. Damn. Okay. All right, I'm going to break up some weed right now, roll it up. We've got Ronin joining us at the bottom of the hour, so we'll make sure we get into some discussions with that. Let me know what you would like me to bring up, right? I've got my own questions. I got questions. And let me know if you've got questions yourself. First thing we're going to pop in over here, obviously, is check in what is going on with the high rollers. We saw another battle go down yesterday between Green Dog and High Tech.
What is cracking?
Wagwan.
Nice. I was like, what? I didn't see the beginning of the show. I didn't realize that happened. All right. And we're going to go to the results.
It's going to be a good one.
So
Green Dog taking it 42-24 yesterday, advancing in the high rollers bracket with that frog poison, which we've smoked here on the show before. There's FRAWG poison. We've smoked that before. That is what they entered. That's some fucking heat. So I don't think that doesn't go against that L does not go against High Tech, because that fucking frog poison is some fucking crazy. So congratulations over there to Green Dog. I'll be interested to see where this would. Now, this would be one of the ones that I've smoked, so I know it, and I'll be curious to see how far it goes in this competition, right? I mean, that shit is smoking. Marijuana, though, I've got myself some motherfucking High Tech still, though. I got some Los Barretos, I believe you say it, man. Come on, man. Fucked it up. Los M. This is what I'm going to smoke right now, though. Shout out to him. Shout out to High Tech. Yeah! What's up? What's up with you, though? Today's guest, you guys, Ronin, man. We've been talking about the toad venom and the Becky and the frog poison. Happy Thursday to you, Jay. Now we have another person in here that's going to talk about it, be involved with it, right? This is a person that is out there who can claim that they made it pop, right? Ronin can claim that it was his decisions and his workings that made it pop, made it a national recognized strain. Ronin, today we're talking about it. One of the biggest questions I want to ask Ronin, I'll be honest with you, though, is he brought up that Detroit runts. He said something about shipping off Detroit runts, right? And I'm just like, I want to know the ripple effect of that. That is the biggest question I got for Ronin, is what was the ripple effect of that? We also saw that he did release and did a drop of toad venom recently. How'd that go? Was it in a response to seeing Glenn, a Green Dragon, do the drop, right? Like, is there a sense of like, oh, let's get it while we can? Both of them now releasing the toad venom. So let's get it. In reality, it was Tupac who did it all. I agree. Honestly, don't get me into Tupac. I believe there was a long time in history that I thought Will Smith killed Tupac over some jealousy shit. Let's bring up some topics, though, before we get Ronin in here. The first topic I definitely want to bring up is that we are doing the grow along. I want to make sure that you guys are aware it is filling up. I have not responded to any emails, but if you have sent me an email and you use the correct email, I got it. It is filling up. But I always want to mention we are growing the magic marker. Shout out to Boston Clone Company, taking care of us. All you need to do is take care of shipping. All right, send me an email. We'll get you all set up. It is the first 50 that get in it. The Mario saying he loves that story. Which one are we talking about? Which one? The one where with the fucking. What's up, closet grower? Oh, the Will Smith shit. Will Smith ain't got it in him. For the longest time, though, I was like, well, whoever killed Tupac has to be getting financially taken care of for this long, for them not to come out with it. And I just always felt like Will Smith had the financial ability. I said it. Shout out to Boston Clone Company, though. Major love to them for allowing us to, for hooking us up. Look, I was about to just go get some clones from my neighborhood. Instead, Boston Clone Company said, nah, let's supply the whole squad with the same clone and do a grow along. And then that way we can judge the shitty growers out of the group, right? Damn it. Damn it! You are going to know that I am a fucking fantastic grower, horrible curer, right? I can't cure for shit. No, I'm getting better. But I'm saying, my plants look amazing before we cut them. My plants look like Grammy winners, space weed, stanking up the whole neighborhood type shit. Shout out to Boston Clone Company, though. Make sure you get in that email before Friday. I don't care how many people are in it. Friday's the deadline. We can do max 50, but if we don't hit it, that's fine by me. I'm cool with whoever's down. If it's, right now I think there's like 20 something in there. If it's the 20 of us, a couple dozen, let's rock. That's a good way to deep dive into Lyme. Many different growers, styles, environments, same genetics. You're right. You're right. Because basically I would want to smoke them all. And then the one that is that fire, I'd be like, what'd you do? What'd you use? Did you talk to it? Did you play it music? Did you play it music? What kind of music did you play? Do you think music plays a factor, though? To my legacy growers out there, we just found out flushing is no more, right? We're hearing flushing is no more. Growing Pains clip going crazy today saying flushing. Matter of fact, the more you flush, the worse the weed got. Wow. Where's the wow on that one? Damn! Can we get a toad venom for the grow along? Yes, we can. But we have to see who's down first. Right? We got to see who's down first. Who's part of the squad? You feel me? So we do have plans to do toad venom eventually, but we wanted the first one to see who's down with the morning wood. You know what I mean? Because I witnessed when we started talking about the toad venom, all of a sudden I had fucking people coming out of the woodwork that they were like, oh man, the morning blunt? I love the morning blunt. The afternoon delight? Yeah, that show's fantastic. Like, motherfuckers. This is for the squad. Are they still spots? Yes, you can hit us up right now, and all requirement is you're going to pay shipping and handling. It's already loved that Boston Clone Company is hooking these up for free $99, but let's make sure that we take care of shipping and handling. I think it's like max $10 type shit. So there is a little bit of a cost. We want to take care of him. He's already taken L's on the clones. Nitrogen over chlorophyll, huh? Okay. Oh no! Sorry guys, real quick. I had to take this. I was supposed to drive the toad. I got the toad for my own shit. Right? I got the toad. I don't know if we talked about this here or not, but I got the toad. I got one toad plant, right? The plug, shout out to the plug. I'm not sure if he one's named. Went out and got the toad venom drop from Glenn and then gave me one. So now I'm taking that clone and I'm going to do what I got to do with it. And part of that was driving that bitch today, but just found out I can't do that today because of an accident. So now I got to rearrange. My bad. All right, we'll do that in a second. Damn! Oh, shit, but the guys... All right, hold on. My bad, guys. My bad. Let me just handle this real quick. Marijuana to you. That's crazy. All right, I'm back. My bad. But I got the toad, baby. I got the toad. Take your time, sir. All good here. You just here chatting. Yo, yesterday's chat was crazy. You guys were do y'all really think that Proper Doinks is fixing this shit? People were in the chat thinking and arguing with Adam about the contest being fixed? Go ahead, and you know me, I'm open to all feedback. Who thinks that it's fixed? I'm curious. I've been using the improper tips lately, and I'm pretty happy with how they work. To be honest, I love how they looked. No logo, actually. Nice. I like the idea. Seems like a happy medium. The two correlate hand in hand with one another. How do we apply? Just send an email. Yeah, for now, Kung Fu, just send me an email. I just want to get everybody that is interested together, and then I'm gonna pop off and just handle it all together and stuff like that. What's up, Spence in the building? Yeah. But yeah, send me an email, TMW at Proper Smoke Network official email. That's because this is an official show. Hello, Mustard. That's as crazy as thinking NASA didn't go to the moon, and for the same reason. Okay, what are we talking about? I mean, the chat is the chat. Look, the other day I was trying to figure out how we can move the chat to Instagram, right? Because there's this thing where it's open, you can see a chat open, but they wouldn't allow me to add more than 10 people. I wanted to add all you guys, man. I wanted to add everybody in this chat, and we just slide it over to fucking Instagram. That shit would have been lit. But they said, no, I can only add 10 people. I said, what the fuck? All right, let's see what else we got. Did you guys hear about Wiz Khalifa, huh? This just seems like a fucking publicity stunt altogether. But we're going to talk about it. So I guess they are saying, look, a 9-month prison sentence for Wiz Khalifa. Romanian police say, come, bring your ass. Over him lighting up a doobie on stage. If you didn't know, we've been covering this since the beginning, and really we just thought it was more publicity than anything, but clearly not. Clearly Romania is nah, motherfucker, we want your ass in our jail. Do you think Wiz pulls up and serves 9 months in Romania? Can they extradite him too? What is the risk? Not for some doobies. What do you think? Or do you think? I got to roll up this weed real quick. Who's rolling a blunt with me? Who smokes blunts? Where's my blunt smokers? Let's make sure we give ourselves some shine, because there's a lot of joint noise out there. A lot of joint noise. And we just want to make sure that we see you through that noise. We see you through that noise over here. Thomas Cameron Jabril? Where do you think you got Wiz from? Tomas. You think it's Tomas instead of Thomas? I'm going to roll his blunt. Oh, I love education. Shout out to your rice rolls. If there's an extradition treaty between the U.S. and Romania, then yes, they can extradite him to serve, but it seems doubtful. Romania just trying to get that fucking plug right now. They just want to be talked about, and it makes sense, but I don't think it's going to work out like they think. Right? This isn't something that you look at and be like, oh, cool, they stopped someone from smoking doobies. Let me book a tour. No, motherfucker. Now we're looking at you like, damn, over some weed? Chill, fool. Chill. He won't go back. Fuck no, he ain't going back. Marijuana. I love you. He'll never go back. But that's the thing, though, is he tried to get it taken care of. So I don't know. He might want to go back because his lawyers ran out to him and were like, yo, let's solve this. And they were like, no. Nope. Get your ass in jail. That's crazy. All right, look, I saw this before we get Ronin on here. I saw this. He's going to be joining at the bottom of the hour. You know me, I like to talk about some news, talk about some things. So I saw Archive pop this up saying itchy bonners, right? Now, this is for if you ordered something back a couple months ago, you try to get the toad, right? Or you try to get something and it didn't come out right, right? Is this the package he's talking about? Please tell me this isn't the package he's talking about. What kind of fucking Archive fucking book club are we in that you sending out fucking pens, notepads, lanyards, and t-shirts, dog? They bought seeds and clones, bro. These are fucking weed marijuana growers. You sent them, goddamn it. Hold on, let me show you a little up closer. Look at this. What? What is this? What is this? Bro, I had to hit fucking, I had to hit the homie and be like, dog, you tell me this ain't real, dog. Tell me this ain't real. Oh, let me see what the homie, let me see if he responded. The homie bought some shit that got himself involved with all this country trees. I said, bro, you gonna get a fucking lanyard? Are you gonna wear your lanyard, dog? You gonna wear your lanyard, big dog? Fucking crazy. That man talks so much shit too, man. That's why I'm paying attention. I'm just paying attention. He's Archive, right? He's someone that prior to me joining PSN, I thought homie was a GOAT. Prior to joining PSN, I thought homie was a GOAT. Now watching him move and how he shakes, dog, goof. What a goof. DGR said, I can confirm the Ichiban has toad. I grew it out. There it is. Jim Toast, I don't give a fuck about old Mania Cut. Coming out with the stamps next, right? He's gonna come out with a sticker book. He's like, look, you can put your stickers on your fucking jars. Hell yeah. Hey, I've offered him to come on here and chop it up with me, one man to another man in the game. That's what we want to do here, is just chop it up, have conversation about cannabis, what's going on. He's a polarizing figure out there and doing some real goofball shit. So I just wanted to talk to him, see what's good. He won't join though. He won't join. So fuck it. Fuck it. Let's see what we got. Grow along. More people hit me up on the grow along. I see you guys. Nice. Nice. Vice came out with this article saying, heavy cannabis use may be doing the opposite of what you want. Scientists coming out saying that now cannabis has become widely available across much of the United States. The scientific community is finally getting a clearer picture of what heavy long-term use might actually be doing to our brains. Oh, shit. The study analyzed 55 previous studies involving more than 3.2 million people and found that nearly 32% of people with cannabis use disorder, or CUD, also experienced major depressive disorder, more commonly known as MDD. On the flip side, just over 10% of people with depression also met the criteria for problematic cannabis use. What? Now, the thing with cannabis use disorder is kind of wild, because cannabis use disorder, they say that if you smoke, what? If I'm not mistaken, they said something like real small, like you can have cannabis use disorder. Here we go. Defined as using standard THC units defined as 5 milligram of THCs. The investigators found that consuming more than 8.3 units per week among adults, 41 milligrams, and more than 6 units per week among adolescents represent the optimal cutoffs for increased risk for CUD. So high thresholds, so 6.4 units per week. Yeah, they're saying like 40 milligrams. So if you're using 22 milligrams of marijuana within a given week, they think you have CUD. right? So CUD is kind of like, well, fuck, man. If you're watching this episode, you hella got CUD, right? If you smoked a blunt yesterday and are back today, you got CUD. It's kind of interesting how they label that shit, right? This whole fucking marijuana growing up shit is fucking crazy. Mario said, who paid for this, right? Fucking reefer madness for sure. I mean, but that's the thing though, man. Like, we got to trust somebody. We're going to have to trust somebody. It's not like we can't trust nobody and go off fucking the hill talk, right? No. We got to find out something. Someone's got to give us some honest studies. He's riding coattail of other breeds by stealing. Oh, shit. We were talking. Be easy on Fletch. On Fletch Live right now. All I can say until I have more. Be easy on Fletch LVL. What are we talking about, DGR? The links. I agree with you. And I thought it was kind of weird. Don't you think that it happened? Like, there was a shift of like marijuana is beneficial for your health until about maybe 8 months, a year ago. Then all of a sudden I started seeing this shift of, oh, it can lead to psychosis, or, oh, it's going to fucking make you vomit, or, no. And it's like, wait, why did this shift all of a sudden happen? It seemed like it was a targeted shift. It definitely feels like Reefer Madness 2026. What Coffee ask? Is that cannabis causes the depression, or people with depression are more likely to use cannabis? I think in the studies that I remember, there was a study out there that kind of just, that went that route in a sense, right? That like people who are depressed often find themselves using cannabis. So, the studies out there to say that cannabis leads to depression, you know what I mean? Doesn't make sense to me. The bunch of bull saying the new war on drugs. It's interesting because I wonder a little bit, is the government trying to, sheep the situation? Like, basically, like, I don't know, man. It's interesting times right now with everything going on with marijuana. We never thought it would be like this to begin with as I was growing up. So here we are. We're spraying marijuana and fucking it's selling crazy. What the fuck is happening? Jimtown, where you at? Jimtown, not gov though. Boom. Shit. You got a bunch of one-liners. Jimtown spitting. All right, I'm going to light this blunt, though, before we get into the interview. We've got Ronin joining today, and I'm hoping he's going to answer the question that I got. I'm hoping that's what I really want to dive into the most, right? Because we've heard the story. We know all the detail. If you pay attention, you've been paying attention. But what we haven't got onto is the ripple effect of this man sending out Detroit runs. Bro, I was smoking some shit the other day, and I don't know what the fuck, how it came up, but the dude was like, it's Detroit runs. I was like, this is just the butt of the joke now, right? You created it. It now is just the term that people use when it's not what they say it is. I said, goddamn. All right. Let's really start this off, though, correctly.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries
just to smoke some pot. No!
Wouldn't you like to get away? All those nights when you've got no lights,
the frog is in the mail,
and your little angel hung the cat up by its tail, and your third fiance didn't show. Sometimes you wanna go
right here in the morning wood, baby.
Knows your name.
Shout out to your bunch of bull, Mario. Closet grower in the building.
You wanna be where you can see
the trouble's all over the oh.
You wanna be where everybody knows your name.
That is right. Welcome into the Morning Wood. The Morning Wood. We are in the motherfucking building. We got Ronin popping in at the bottom of the hour to have a discussion about cannabis and things going on in the world. Vouchy, it's all trends that gets peddled by abusive-minded people. People are used to it, so it's normal. Tricadelics, Blue Bonet. What up, Masonic? How we doing, man? Let's talk about what is being smoked on right now. What are you inhaling? I said I was smoking on some high-tech, this Los Moretos. Hopefully I didn't murder that. Hopefully I did not murder that. Anthony saying, I truly believe medical is a false flag, but it will get us to wreck. So, really? Wow, that's actually an interesting take. I felt like I couldn't deny that marijuana had medical benefits. When we saw the video of that kid who was having automatic seizures, and as soon as they dosed with some RSO, he was able to relax. Bro, that's enough for me. That's enough for me. Imagine that, man. There's lots of people out there that marijuana allows for them to relax. That's enough for me. Mad medical benefits. But I understand what you mean, and I do agree with you that it was used as a tactic to get legal cannabis, right? I 100% agree with you on that. And I think it is a play, and look at Arizona. In Arizona, we used it to get to medical marijuana, and then down the road we went to rec, and now our medical marijuana program is shit. It's a real good topic though, because you can even say that some states, like, no matter what, yeah, they used it for medical to get it to the medical, but flower, you know what I mean? Like, flower's medical? In a sense, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, if you're inhaling smoke in your lungs, that's not really the most medical proven fact fucking way to consume. So when you see places like Atlanta, right, that said no combustibles and only the sauce, you know, it's like, all right, you guys really were about that medical then, weren't you? Ooh, love the weed. All right, though, what topics out there that you guys got that you see going on right now? What is going down? What have you guys been smoking on? Are you trying to get some of your frog poison in your hand now, which you saw it winning yesterday? Did anybody grab Ronin's drop that he had? We'll ask how his drop went. Robin, in Atlanta, there was no way to get said medical, even though it was technically medically. Wow. Did they do that? I remember in Arizona, we passed medical marijuana, but then the attorney general or the governor or something came out and was like, I will fucking strip your license if you prescribe marijuana. So no doctors would do it. It was crazy. That's crazy shit. Like when I think about that, and then I like after visiting a place like Michigan, I guess it's the complete opposite. Complete opposite. It's crazy to me. Ask him about the Be Easy seeds. Okay. I'll ask him. I'll ask him because the man just hit the green room right now. We're going to set it up, make sure he can see and hear, and everything is golden. What's up, Jake? How you doing?
Yo, what's up, guys? How are you?
All right, you are now live on the Morning Wood. We got Ronin.
How you guys doing?
Dude, good, man. Appreciate you being down to pop in here and have a discussion with us. I watched you do the interviews with Mango, and I've been paying attention ever since this whole toad venom situation. So appreciate you popping in here to have a discussion about it. We saw that you did recently. You had a clone drop. How'd that go?
Good, man. Go Global was really awesome partner in the clone drop. So I want to, definitely thank them for giving us an opportunity to give people an, retail to walk in and go grab, the real cut of toad. It's, I know there's a lot of things out there, but this is for sure the first time we have ever, as Ronin, sold the genetic or the cut of toad to anyone was through Go Global that day.
Wow, first time. Now,
Yeah, that we ever took toad venom for money from anyone ever.
There it is. What was the reason that now was the time?
I think as you see a lot of toad obviously start to populate the scene, whether it's real or not, the lore of toad venom is so deep and long that I felt like it was the right time. My partner and I sat down and said, it's the right time, for us to put out the real toad to people through a nursery with viral certified clones that basically will, it's the real thing for people with all the perception and all the crazy things you see out there on the internet. It was the right time for people to get the real deal, and you hear all kinds of crazy prices and stuff, and we wanted to make it available. It was $630 with tax for 2 cuts, so
Wow.
We wanted to really make it available for as many people as possible, and try to make toad venom, I think a big step in these strains becoming household names is that this is actually out there from the guys who made it. And I think that was really one of the biggest things we wanted to accomplish in finally releasing it.
Okay. All right. Thank you for explaining that. Now, would you say that Becky is the exact same cut as your toad venom, or is there differences?
100%, man. It's all the same thing. That is, I think one of the big misconceptions you see on the internet, like someone came in my DM today and was like, hey, I've got the dragon cut, the cut right cut, the this cut, the that cut. And I was like, there aren't 4 or 5 different cuts of toad venom. There's one cut that's populated its way through the system that, someone saying something like that just doesn't really know what they're talking about.
Okay. Nice. Now, you put out there that you popped off a bunch of Detroit runts. And I got to dive into this, my dude. Did you keep a list of everybody that you sent it? And have you been slowly watching how they react or how they handle it?
Okay, so basically, the lore behind the Detroit run swap was, it's gotten so much crazier than I ever thought it was going to, And
Facts.
I think the big thing, so like, one of the things that I think we've seen in all of this is like at some point we were definitely, we had such a messy situation, and I don't want to air out anyone's, business exactly, but the end of Oklahoma was a very messy situation for a lot of us. And basically, I wasn't even over there anymore when this is happening.
Okay.
And the employees of the business felt like, I had been wronged in this situation. And they felt like that the people who had taken over the facility were basically up to no good, for lack of a better term.
Okay.
And so the facility called me and said, hey, these people are here and they're trying to take your clones that, weren't part of any of these business agreements. And so they were like, hey, we have an opportunity to stick something in the place of these because we don't believe they should have this stuff.
Okay.
And so they did that.
Damn. How many people were trying to get your cuts?
Bro, I mean, at that point, there were so many.
No
You know, like
shit.
that's. Yeah, because the word had kind of gotten out. I mean, we had even gotten word that someone had tried to buy the entire facility to get the cuts.
Damn.
And so, at like massively undervalued pricing, to be fair to that statement. And,
So do you pay attention to these companies? Are you out there watching them and saying, you motherfuckers out there yet, you know, or did you just...
No, I think what, you know, because kind of what happened, there was, you know, basically multiple people, like after a really stable facility for a long time, you know, the end of this, how these things go, there's 3 different general managers within the span of basically like 12 months. And, you know, there's all of a sudden a bunch of turnover near the end. And so like there were multiple general managers who had felt like that they had protected me, you know, and the first general manager, you know, had sent out some stuff that like was waves, was like an orange animal mints of some kind that clearly wasn't toad.
Yeah, right.
And so like, yeah, there was some stuff that we did watch go to these groups and say, oh wow, these people.
Oh man, you cut out on that last one. What do these groups say? Oh, we lost your audio. What happened? Oh, we lost him. Oh, he's back. All right. No, man, we lost your audio, my guy. Oh, you're still not. You can hear me, though? You can hear me? All right. Damn, I can't hear you. Yeah, I can't hear you, though. We can't hear you. Oh, look at it was one of them facilities, man. One of them facilities said he ain't leaking this shit. Fuck. You got a Discord? Or maybe just try to redo it. Yeah, hopefully we can redo this, man. Little technical difficulties. We're going to work this out. Oh, we were just getting into the juice. We were just getting into it. I want to know who got it. Because look, if I'm not mistaken, Preferred ended up getting the Detroit runs, right? He made a post about it saying, "Oh man, looks like we got the Detroit." You know what I mean? Like, so like, damn, the ripple effect. All right, hold up, real quick. Let me try to navigate this real quick. Let me see if we can get Ronin on a different way here, since we're having difficulties with this one. Pause for the cause, though. Roll one up. What you smoking out there? What you doing out there? Hello. How is your day? Marijuana. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're going to try it again, though. We've got him back. We've got him back. Can you hear?
There we go.
There we go. There we go.
There we go.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, we were kind of watching some of these different facilities as they populated clones and stuff like that. And, you know, the Detroit run ends up being the most infamous, I think, because it ends up being the most widespread. It ends up as the intersectional piece, you know, in whatever you want to call it, drama weed.
Drama weed, right?
It becomes an intersectional piece in drama weed. And, you know, I think the reason it kind of went so far sometimes is because it was actually like a three-quarters decent plant. You know, so as people were growing it, they
still got something out of it.
They were kind of like, they still got something out of it, you know, and so if it were, you know, that's why I don't think you see the orange one pass very far. Or, you know, the other day someone sent me a photo of the one that was waves.
That makes sense. Yeah, because like it's runts heavy out there. People love the runts, so I can see if you had some kind of runts, it would pop off. What did you feel though? Did you see that Dave from Preferred Gardens got it? Like he couldn't be one of the ones that was out there trying to get it, right? Or was he?
Yeah, I mean, it's just so tough to tell, bro. Like I tell people, and this is like all the way back to when I did the mango podcast, because for years, bro, people are like, will you verify my toad cut? Will you verify my toad cut? And I've just kind of said, like, I don't know who you've got it from on what circle. Like, how could I possibly verify this for you?
Damn.
And you know, that was just, again, it was just like, hey, like, I get it. Like, you know, I see people be like, man, you know, I ended up popping this off on 100 lights and it ended up being Detroit runts or whatever it is. And, you know, like you know, these people kind of like, you know, unselfishly, bro, like it's amazing that these people want an apology from us when they were willing to impede on our market and that wasn't an issue for them. And that it feels like a very unfair perspective to have.
Okay.
But I feel like it's the reality of the situation too.
It's interesting. Like, you know, did you get ripple effect or any type of, like, you know, with you're saying that the crew looked out for you in that sense. So it wasn't you sending out the Detroit run. So, right. So like, cause I would be curious, like, damn, is that going to hurt your reputation? Right. Because, you know, here you are sending out something that isn't what it is. And we're seeing that kind of now. We saw Jay Beezy do that recently. Like, is this what the game is?
I think it's a little bit different. I mean, anyone can have their perception if they want to, but I tell people it's no different than having coded plant tags. If people are coming for your genetics, I mean, I would say, at what point am I expected to just like let someone steal?
Okay.
That
right.
doesn't,
you gotta protect
like,
it.
I got to protect myself. And so a lot of people who are in the genetic side of things, you know, they resort to plant codes.
Okay.
Whether it's, you know, misnaming things and people have a code, whether it's numbers, letters, shapes, I've seen it all.
Yeah.
And so, like, whether it was someone protecting you or someone, you know, putting a code down on a plant and someone taking what they thought was something and weren't supposed to take it, you know, whatever analogy it is, like, you know, that's why you've got Green Dragon sitting there on the podcast saying, I agree with you doing that.
He did agree. I did when I was sitting there watching that podcast, because what I had thought prior to the podcast was there was a little thievery kind of like indication to the situation, but when you guys sat down, it seemed like that was wiped out. Like it was like, nah, like, you know, whatever was done and whoop-de-woo.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely how I feel about the situation. You know, that's kind of why I was like, hey, I get out there and I say, hey, if you feel like that we never had phone calls illustrating that I could come get, you know, what was Becky, now known as Toad Venom, from the facility, like then I never had access to this, and that would make me a thief. And I'm pretty, you know, just shameless about being like, hey, like that would make me a thief because we did have these phone calls. So, but if we didn't have these phone calls, like that would be a clear breach of trust. But how do I have videos of me walking around your facility? Like that doesn't make a lot of sense if I were doing some clear breach of trust.
It seems now, though, whatever happened, it worked out, right? Because now all of a sudden you're seing Glenn over here. Sure. You're seeing Glenn Everett now doing his own Toad Venom drop, right? Like, how does that make you feel?
Bro, I you know, like I am just beyond blessed that people love something we've done this much, that where it's become an international wave. It's become a way for me to see the world and travel the world. I've, you know, been able to, you know, without giving away too much, we're doing stuff in Berlin. We've got something going in Argentina.
Fire.
That I ever thought that when I was a kid standing in a High Times crowd, that this plant that we bred was going to afford us this opportunity for everyone to, you know, create this cultural wave. Like, I really just have to pinch myself, man. It's That's the fire. Coolest thing ever. And like, I'm not a person who I feel like is like, why are you growing Toad Venom, or why are you doing this, or why are you doing that? Like, you know, you just kind of said, like, there's fucking 15 brokers I've seen who claim they're the reason toad venom popped off. And I tell people, everyone should know that, Dragon handed it to us. There's nothing else to really know. There can't be another side to the story.
It's pretty wild,
so,
man.
like,
The story of toad venom is definitely now, discussed and widely known. And like you said, bringing you all over the world now. I asked the question earlier this week, like, what does it take to be stamped in this cannabis community and feel set? Is this the toad venom what is going to set you up for, in a sense, claiming your position in cannabis on a worldly level? Like, do you feel like, yes, I fucking made it?
I mean, look, I think the attitude of, yes, I've made it, is just not really an attitude we really even embody. I tell people, a lot of people like to refer to, this business as the game or the industry or stuff like that. And I just always refer kind of back in those situations as like, hey, this is a business with a living plant. There's no expiration date. There's no shot clock. There's no, hey, you turn off. There's no off season. It's really, really hard. It's an incredible grind to be an entrepreneur, and you should be, instead of acting like that you're set, operating that there's someone, to quote Mark Cuban here, someone working every day to take this away from you.
Hey, that's fact.
And, while it is an incredible thing what it's done for us, the urge to never be satisfied and to keep creating is just as important as the ability to, sit down sometimes and also enjoy and relish in the accomplishment of what it's done.
Fire.
And striking that balance is, I'm very appreciative for it. Anyone who knows me who would say I'm lying if toad venom hasn't put me in a better place in life.
Right.
And afforded me opportunities that I've never thought were going to be possible. And I'm just incredibly grateful for it.
I love that.
And there's a lot of people who deserve a lot of credit for that, man. And it's not just something that we've done on our own, like we put out a very fire product, but Kush Clinic and Hash Tribe, the initial guys who put, definitely a lot of the marketing legwork, the green toad bags, it just like a total team effort. There's like all the other guys who were putting out toad early, and the fact that they did a good job, the fact that we had the community latch on the way they did and it become a cultural thing. I just look around and kind of say, how did this happen? And to just be grateful for it while knowing that you're like, hey, I have to come up with something new.
Wow. That's why I just some of me wonders if, when you're looking back and you see these people talk about strains that they've been smoking for 20 years, and I mean, my man, it seems like the toad venom has cracked the code. It's going to be one of those strains that people are going to are seeking out, and it could run 10, 20 years. So what I mean is, look at what happened with Z. Z is everywhere, right? So you have cracked the code. You've got a strain out there. There's breeders all over the globe wishing they can have something like that. And now you've got it. And I just wonder if it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I'm going to make sure that I covet this and that I am known for this, and this is my shit.
Yeah, I think that's one of the really important things we see in this industry, is how to protect ourselves and our names and our brands. And, I have this discussion all the time. I think it's something that, as a breeder, you kind of have to live with this perspective a little bit, that people are probably going to know your strain first, the farm second, the breeder third.
Damn. That's fire. That's a cool ass. Thank you for sharing that perspective.
Yeah, and I just think of it because, like, you still talk to the average person, bro. I'm standing there in the front of Go Global. Hey, what's your favorite strain? Have you ever heard of toad venom? No. Never heard of it as a casual person.
Right.
So it tells you how far this thing's got to go.
Right.
Because most people are not, you have to put yourself in a little more of a, what I would call a normie shoes.
Okay.
And where you say, hey, what are you grabbing? Their favorite strain is probably Chemdog or Blue Dream or, whatever was readily available at the store. They haven't heard of, maybe what we're calling the exotics on some level. And we just have such a huge gap to bridge between where we are now and it being like an everyday regular strain. And so, like you said, that pinnacle to where we can get to, and we're starting to do hybrids and all kinds of other projects with it that we're starting to release that I'm hoping, short answer is yes, like to protect this as it expands, like make sure that people are that the people who are walking in the front door know that Ronin created Toad, and that's very important to us. And at the same time, knowing that in this industry, word of mouth, and a lot of people are, didn't know who created Wedding Cake for a long time. A lot of people don't know who created Purple Punch. And so, like, you have to be okay with letting people, and hoping that some level that people have the integrity to say that, hey, I didn't make this, but I got this from the guy who created this.
There it is.
And that is an everyday battle. And as we go out, I don't, think it's any different than any other intellectual property for any other emerging market where you're going to do your best to try to protect this. And I think as federalization comes down, we'll see a totally new era of plant patenting coming up, basically.
Ooh, I wonder about that. But who would be able to get the patent? Would you say you would be able to have the patent to Toad Venom, or would you say Glenn with Becky, or both?
Oh man, I don't know how those things work. I think the law on patents, it depends on what attorney you ask, but I think they say that you have to have the original seed stock.
And Glenn does not.
I don't know if he has any, but yeah, we do have the original seed stock. I mean, so
okay.
Wow. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we've hunted back through the original seed stock, So yeah, I mean, it's just, as we enter a new era of all that kind of stuff coming up, and I don't even think the most important thing is Toad as much as it is just formulating a way to protect yourself in the future, not just on branding, but with like the way actual plant intellectual property works, similar to the large agricultural industry.
Okay. Nice, man. I appreciate it. I love when we have a guest like yourself pop on here, man. You're in it. I mean, obviously you're in the thick of this right here. So like you gaming us out on everything right now and answering all the questions. I appreciate it, my man. I want to make this like that, that morning show where we get together, talk things cannabis, man. So anytime you got anything pressing, anything on your mind, or anything you want to promote, man, make sure that you kick us over here to TMW and let us know what's going down with you. What is on the move? What's next?
I mean, I would say the places that you can look out for the next biggest Ronin releases, I would say, we're going to have Demon Toad and Lemon Venom over with Kush Clinic. Those are definitely rolling out here soon. And then with Tenko, we've got the Paizen drops where we got maybe a little special coming for Olympics for you guys.
Damn, that's fire. What about Be Easy? Someone wanted me to ask about some Be Easy seeds.
Be Easy. Be Easy has got the Firebelly Toad female, Zicky Guy Pollinator female. So they're Zicky Guy femmes. And I mean, I think, I just saw him. Those are his seeds. He's got his own kind of release that he's doing with them. I don't actually know, to be, entirely sure. You know, I'm not always, you know, into everyone's kind of business paparazzi style or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
I try to, you know, stay in my own lane. And yeah, so like, but yeah, it sounds like he's got a release going. So if you want to get Fire Belly Toad, Zicky Guy beans, get them through Be Easy. He definitely has got the real deal, and I mean, I think we all know, really solid guy.
Be Easy?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's definitely controversial. I mean, he likes to pop off. I mean, I don't know, man. I think that he's one of those ones that, like, when he's openly admitting that he's out here for the monies and shit like that, it's kind of like, damn, dog. It's hard to fuck with.
You know, I hear you, and I think there's a blessing of the cannabis space that I think in moderation that it's important for everyone to talk about these things. That, you know, I tell people, are we in this for the love of the game? Yeah, obviously we're pheno hunting instead of taking up space to let our dollars speak for itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
mm-hmm.
You know, we could be filling up all these rooms with production, and we, you know, hunt our lives away. But at the same time, like, you know, we have to do this to make money so that we can stay in business. Like, part of the fun of being in business is making money, you know, so I don't want people to think that you have to do this for nothing.
Right. Absolutely.
And sometimes I almost see like this self-deprecating slave to the plant mentality that is, you know, basically where people are like, oh, I'm down to just grind myself and break even on nothing because I love it. And you're like, well, you don't have to do that.
Right.
And so there is a fine line. Again, I'm not telling anyone out here to be greedy. Could maybe people be more poetic in their points and stuff like, and a little more eloquent? Yeah, you know, I think we could all defend that at some point. But yeah, I mean, I hear that. And so I try to draw this line of moderation of like, I don't expect people to do these things for free. You know, we're not a company that's designed around expecting people to do these things for small amounts of money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a lot of legwork, and you know, I tell people, like, if the farms aren't profitable, like, you guys aren't going to have a product you like, the whole system collapses. So,
I feel that. No, it's funny too, because the consumers, I feel, ultimately sometimes be pressing so much for discounts. I had the smoke shops and owned retail myself, and like, damn, the consumers sometimes just want you to give it to them for cost or below what you paid, and it's like, do you realize how business works? So no, I fuck with that for sure, and appreciate you spreading that message.
Yeah, I just think, you know, it's important for, I think all entrepreneurs, you know, sometimes can get lost in value proposition is the ultimate thing to your customer at the end of the day. And what does your customer feel? You know, just for example, if every eighth is $25, they assume it's totally cool for you to give them $25 an eighth.
Yeah.
If you don't have a marketing campaign to convey that, hey, and then why as a customer, if you're offering it at $25 an eighth, why should they care that you're making such a little amount of cost margin? You chose to do that.
No, facts. And the only reason I brought that up is because, like, Be Easy's even come out and said he doesn't care about weed. He no longer smokes weed. He in it for the money. And so, like, look, you're a businessman. Like, there's plenty of white collar people inside of cannabis, and those are the people putting up billboards and whatnot. And in his way, that's what he's out there doing. I just like to fuck with the people that are out there in the hills, the ones that love cannabis, the ones that like are passionate about finding new genetics, like someone like yourself.
Yeah, and that's the, you know, I tell people like that, you know, I steal the David Down quotes all the time, the David Downs quote all the time, that like pheno hunting is literally the bedrock of this industry.
Hell
It
yeah.
is everything that's cool. It is everything that makes the engine go. The treasure hunt of, you know, people finding their own toad venom, their own pie chew, their own, you know, path to glory, like you say, out of the gold hills of Humboldt. You know, it's this badge on people's arm, you know, this dream I think we're all chasing too.
Fire, right?
You know?
Exactly.
And so like, yeah, like I feel you, you know, like the passionate people are always the ones who are going to push everything forward. And, you know, as I've gotten older, man, I've just learned, you know, I think myself, I'm trying to develop a more cohesive relationship as a person who used to probably be more toward the self-deprecation side of things of like, I can't believe people are trying to make money off of this, to where like, hey, I understand where like if people are just grinding 2 pennies together, like the soul and the love is so much harder to find. Like
Yeah.
if someone who's, you know, selling phenos can't find a way to make money doing it, like we stop seeing new phenos.
Facts. And I mean, it seems like when I have conversations with, you know, breeders or whatnot, they say that the genetic pool is shrinking, right? It's getting smaller and smaller. Do you, there we go, I like that. So you don't agree with that?
I mean, it's tough. I have my own perspective on what we see in the genetic world right now, which is basically like we're an island and, you know, all these different, you know, strains are competing for real estate on this island. And, you know, toad venom right now is exploding in popularity in people's gardens. And so people are, in a way, stuff in favor of toad venom. So this, you know, toad is, you know, taking up real estate all over the island. And, you know, other things like, just for example, lavender or blueberry or whatever were just so useless to people at some point that everyone basically has thrown it away, to where
Damn.
you really just don't see that much of that stuff anymore. And whatever it was about the traits of those things didn't keep them alive in this, you know, modernized world. And in the world on this island, reproduction is purchasing. If people aren't purchasing these strains, they go away. Think about how many people had a purple punch clone on their list at some point, and no one's got one.
Hell nah, right?
Right. And so how do we keep updating our animals to be on this island? You know, from a genetic perspective, do I believe that the hole is, you know, shut or closing? You know, maybe from like a total preservationist perspective, I assume the answer is probably yes. But also, like, we have to be creating stuff that the consumers want.
Right.
And if you know, the purchasing power and the dollar is toward some of these sweeter profiles for whatever reason it is, or however we can get these, you know, again, for people to want to regrow Jack in their garden or regrow Trainwreck or all these strains, you don't see them because people don't ask for them. And, you know, the growers are going to grow what they can get money for and what people are asking for. And so, you know, if you looked at what are the 20 most popular strains from 20 years ago, they just, not that they don't exist, but there's just so much less of them. And we're entering a point where, you know, what are we doing to, you know, I think in a preservationist mind, obviously, I think the pool is shrinking a little bit from what it was, where people are growing just all these different Afghans and all these different Oaxacans and, you know, even the stuff that the Pakistanis and the stuff that predate Black Lime Reserve. But I tell people, like, who's buying that effectively to stay in business? And, like, again, it comes back to, like, you can love the game as much as you want to, and you can love the J1s, and you can love the old Oaxacans and, you know, Fox Hazes and stuff like that. But, like, if you're not making money, you can't keep growing.
And the commercial crowd is not asking for that, man. The commercial crowd is in there right now buying up these candies, and you're seeing OGs. You know, OGs still have a pretty strong place out there. And I'm talking about commercial.
OGs definitely have real staying power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think OGs definitely have real staying power ultimately, and yeah, it's tricky. And as the genetic pool, like as you say, shrinks, I think it's important to, you know, everyone's going to look at the market their own way.
Yeah.
But, you know, I look at it from a perspective of, like, what are we doing to keep our animals wanted, you know, and our animals as in strains, our animals desired by the, you know, and competitive with the rest of the island to make sure that people continue to want to purchase our stuff.
Well, my man,
what
I appreciate
are we doing?
you. Yeah, right. I mean, it seems like trying to get into that commercial crowd, in a sense that you have these 5-6 like kind of palette lanes in a way and stuff like that. And I feel like what's nice about the toad is it was a switch up from what is out there. A lot of the Z crosses are out there, obviously, a lot of candies and stuff like that, where the toad was a unique taste. But man, I appreciate you popping on the morning wood. I know you're a busy guy. Where are you cruising to right now?
I'm heading up to NorCal, actually. I'm going to see Pure Melt. Shout out. That's my guy.
Hell yeah. There we go. A day in the life of cannabis, man. Doing what you love. Congratulations on the success for Toad Venom, taking you all over the globe. One thing you want people to take away or know about Ronin from this interview, do we make sure we mention that? Did we get to everything you wanted to talk about?
I mean, mostly, man, I think that the bar I'm kind of really trying to drop for us as a company right now is that we're trying to be a tool for the elite cultivators and consultants in the industry. We're not trying to work with a ton of people. That's really our goal, is to make sure that people and cultivations have their own strains, like the Temco Pison situation.
Fire. Well, cool, man. I appreciate it again, and you're home. It's a home for you anytime you want to pop up.
Hey, you're the man, Jason. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, my dude. We'll talk soon. We'll hopefully smoke soon, too. You going to be over at ZA?
Yeah, you'll see me there.
Okay, I'm going to come up. I'm going to say what up.
Okay, sounds good, buddy.
Fire. Right there. Shout out to Ronin. Shout out to Jake joining on there to discuss. Answered all the questions. He answered them all. Right there. Shout out to him. Love chopping it up with people who are out there doing it, man. I've been a big fan of marijuana for many moons. I've been smoking for 30 years, trying to find the best that I can, all that energy. To sit back and talk to the goats, the people out there that are putting it on, is fucking dope. That's the perspective I want to hear from. We get over here and bullshit a lot, but it's dope when we got a goat on here talking about facts. Interesting, some of the things he said. Interesting. I'm gonna have to reach out to Glenn for sure, and let him, if he wants anything to add to that situation. Big fan of Becky. You know what I mean? Big fan of Becky. Nice, Cloud Man. Appreciate that support. Appreciate you guys kicking it. I got a little bit of a blunt left over here. I had to put it down because I was like, I want to make sure that, like, I don't know. This goddamn blunt kept going out. I was like, fuck this. I'm just gonna pay attention. Bro, been smoking longer than I've been alive. Rice rolls. How old are you, my dude? Yeah, I've been smoking. I think it's like the first time I smoked was 30 years ago type shit. But like smoking was like 16. So in the 1900s, guys. I like saying that shit now. Oh, saying I did shit in the 1900s is comedy. What you guys got for me, though? What do you want to talk about? Did I miss any questions? You think I fucked up? Did I miss anything? Was there anything that I asked that you were like, oh, good question? What's good, ganja and guns in this motherfucker? Rice rolls 26. Yeah, dog. The 1900s. I've been smoking. It was like, hey, back in the day, too, I've smoked CD Weedy. I've smoked Bammer. Like, when I started smoking weed, brick weed was real. It was the plug. We had to take a magazine. Right? You had to take you broke up the weed on the magazine. Shout out to this amazing PSN magazine, by the way. Right? Break it up. And then you would hold the magazine like this, right? And you would do this with your papers. And what would happen is the seeds roll out. You don't know what that's like. Some of you have never de-seeded weed, and it shows. But honestly, I'm jealous of it, so I can't even knock it. Like, good for you, motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Good for you guys. I wish. Fuck. I wonder how I would feel if I grew up blowing down weed like I'm blowing today. There would be signs. I would be different. We are supposed to be Foul Bundy. I remember Dun, 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 dun. Jetsons was the shit. You're right. That would have been a good one, Matt. Thank you. I'm 36, and that was what it was back then. Who remembers Pretendo, bro? Pretendo. I still think Pretendo exists, though. Pretendo's still a thing. And to me, what Pretendo is something that looks good, smells good, but doesn't cross over. Pretendo. And I think back in the day, it might have even just looked good. You know what I mean? But these days, Pretendo looks, smells, doesn't cross. Recall my first grade teacher saying we'd have flying cars by now. Well, technically we do, right? Just not in the level that they're there. Like what we all thought we'd be smashing around in them and shit. No. But there are out there. There are flying cars out there. Beasters. I feel like I only heard that term, but I never experienced the beasters. I probably did. I just didn't recognize it type shit. But I know the term. It wasn't that like Canadian weed. Like that's what we were calling Canadian weed was beasters. And I'm just saying what was being said. I'm not saying that is the case. We sort of do. They just not mainstream. You could say I call mass-produced cannabis out of a large cannabis facility. If they don't have the right team, they're growing beasters. But you can't blanket anymore. You can't really blanket large facilities because there are large facilities that are putting out fucking pressure. So Ted Alien Labs is doing his thing. Shout out to them. But hey, shout out to Jake Ronin popping out here and having that discussion with us. I love chopping it up with people who are in it. Tomorrow, very dope guest. It's our guy Jay AZ Canna Selections. You may be familiar based off what he has been out there doing with just making sure that preferred garden. No, not even preferred gardens. Oh, preferred gardens, but Project Packs. There we go in Arizona. Making sure that QCing them, getting to be hands-on with some of the greatest cannabis cultivators that exist in today's world. He's traveled the world for marijuana and recently launched a brand. And where I've told you guys, and I've said, look, find a lane because currently cannabis is fucking booming and it's still developing, all right? So if you've got an idea, if you want to some way find yourself making a living off cannabis, now's the time to dive in, right? And Jay has an amazing story on how he got into cannabis and, chasing his passions or whatnot. And it's going to be dope because he's a young entrepreneur out here. And I'm going to love the chat with him because I hope that is inspiring to a lot of people out there who will listen and see that you can chase your dreams out here in cannabis, find your own lane on your own terms, because a lot of people get discouraged when they get into cannabis with working for a brand or, how it goes on in the commercial world, right? You know what I mean? They'll like get burnt out and leave the industry in 2 years and be like, fuck that. But if there's a will, there's a way. And Jay tomorrow, our guest, is going to be dope. Young entrepreneur, man, getting it. So he's getting ready to drop a booth with SirHIGH and fucking Blueprint. Like, come on, man. I know he's got to be stoked on that shit. I've watched this dude do his thing. I can't wait to talk to him. That's tomorrow. Join us. Let's get it. How many people in the grow lot right now? Let's see. I'm a name. People have been. I need to respond to your guys' email. My bad. But I'm putting all your emails in like a little folder. So shout out to Bobby, William, A, Susan, Jessica, CJ, David, Cody, Robert, Michael, David, 2 Davids, Paul, Zane, Tyler, Mario, Brandon, Celestino. And then we've got a couple people in the Discord as well. The Discord's wide open too. I opened it up so that way, let's just try to make this as easy as possible. I felt like I may have been doing too much. So I opened it up, made it public. We'll make it private once we start. But get to the Discord. Where's our Discord? What the fuck is our Discord? Do you think I should have opened up the Discord for the guest? I got to learn to do that a little bit earlier. I got to. All right, this is the grow along chat. We're going to do a grow along chat on Discord where we can show off the plants. I'm going to be showing off my plant every day or every weekday. You'll see it grow. You'll see my little baby grow. I love watching weed grow, man. That shit's so therapeutic. Talking to her. And then all of a sudden she grows little pistils. Aw. Getting little pistils. That'll be little buds. Then you see the buds grow. I'm a fan. I'm a fucking fan. Damn, Blicky, 3-gram eighths being sold on GD and fish lots. Grateful Dead and fish lots was popularized the term custy. That's where glass blowing became popular as well. Hand pipes, glass hand pipes. Snodgrass would hit the Grateful Dead tours. And pretty cool tour, pretty cool story. Pretty. All right, marijuana though, blunt's done. It's about that time. I'm gonna get it. Tomorrow's guest again. You guys have a fantastic Thursday out there. Marijuana to you. Last shout outs. Go ahead and give your last shout outs. Yeah, me too, Throbbing. And it's cool that everyone pulls up and shares their insights, shares their perspectives. I'm telling you, you guys are a part of this show, man. It's us. Y'all my yokes. You know what I mean? And when we get together and chop this shit up, it it helps in some way, shape, or form. Clear things up, shit. Or just have a good ass time right here. Marijuana. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. Hey, stay high. Marijuana, thank you so much for what you provide. A beautiful community, amazing strains, and always some kind of drama. Drama weed!
What the fuck?
Thank you! That's science.